Tonight, students learn how they can honor great Americans.
Plus, storytellers share tall tales. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for January 28, 2013. I'm Judson Garner.
And I am Bailey Majors. Thank you for joining us this evening. This past weekend, the art of storytelling returned to the Trojan Center stage, bringing with it 4 professional storytellers that entertained audiences with funny and heartwarming stories. Saturday night marked the final performance of the 7th annual Pike Piddler Storytelling Festival, where 4 professional storytellers took to the stage to entertain their audience with tall tales and embellish childhood memories.
Storytelling, is old. It's old as the hills. It's sort of like ambrosia, it's hard not to like it.
Michael Reno Harrell, Sheila K. Adams, Andy Irwin, and Donald Davis each shared stories ranging from family vacations, nostalgic memories, and made-up tales. The tellers say that storytelling is a unique form of entertainment because they are able to connect with the audience.
We want the house lights up. We want to make eye contact, and we want to see the audience.
That eye-to-eye contact, you cannot find that on a text message. You can't find the feeling that goes into telling a story by text or reading emails.
The storytellers say they think it's important for people in their communities to engage in storytelling because it promotes a connection and entertainment that technology cannot provide.
We bond when we share stories, and especially when there's some humor in it, because when we laugh together, it pulls us closer together. We bond when we laugh together.
Becoming more of a internet surfing community, and I think we lose touch with the individual. That eye-to-eye contact.
Our stories are the things that keep us collected, that make us more of a community.
And what inspires these tellers to share their stories?
I just have to tell people the stuff that I make up in my head. And, I used to just lie when I was a kid, but now I get to do it for a living.
People love to hear stories, and it's just so much fun to watch people's reaction.
Well, what got me inspired to tell stories was that's how my family carried on conversations. One person would tell a story, and that would remind somebody of another story.
The tellers and those involved with the festival were pleased with the shows and said they hoped the stories were able to unite the audience.
Storytelling is not high-tech, it's high-touch. We reach each other through these things, and we find our commonalities across gender lines, race lines, and age lines.
Next year's Pike Piddler Storytelling Festival is scheduled to take place the last weekend in January 2014.
Troy University will hold its annual leadership conference celebrating Black History Month this weekend, and there is still a chance for Troy University students to get involved. Even though most of the conference is geared toward working professionals, there are elements of the conference designed for Troy students. Organizers say it will be a great opportunity for students to hear from inspiring guest speakers.
On that Friday night for our opening session, we'll have Dr. Lamont Hill, who is a author and a professor. On Saturday at our luncheon, we will have Miss Sherry Riley, who is a personal development coach. And then we'll have 3 general sessions during that morning for our community members and 3 sessions at a different location for our students.
The conference is this Friday and Saturday on the Troy campus. Registration is $30 for the public and $15 for students. Students who would like information about the conference or who want to register can do that in the Student Involvement Office in room 215.
Troy University is in the middle of its year of Holocaust remembrance, and starting this week, Troy students will get a chance to use movies to better understand the Holocaust. Tomorrow night, the College of Communications and Fine Arts will kick off a film series remembering the Holocaust. For the next 6 weeks, the CCFA will show movies relating to or depicting the events of the Holocaust. Dean of CCFA Mary Jo Cochran says she feels the festival is a good way for students to learn about the event in a different way.
I think it's really important for students to come to these films and watch them in a collaborative setting where other students will see them. They'll get the reactions from other students as well as get the perspective from the faculty members. But I really think it's important that we never forget what happened.
The first film in the series will be The Pianist, showing tomorrow night at 7 in Patterson Hall, Room 101. The series is free and open to the public.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Birmingham, this could be an important week in Jefferson County as they attempt to emerge from the largest municipal bankruptcy in U.S. history. The county commission president and another commissioner will be in New York for meetings with hedge fund managers as they try to negotiate a deal on rate increases for sewer service.
And in Huntsville, school officials say they've placed a physical education teacher on administrative leave following his arrest for alcohol and drug charges. Lewis Gregory is charged with possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, driving under the influence, and having an open container.
And also coming out of Birmingham, the city expects to spend about $100,000 on a monument honoring foot soldiers of the civil rights movement. The mayor's office says the city will award $10,000 to the designer who comes up with the memorial to the ordinary people who participated in the movement.
And still to come on Troy TrojanVision Nightly News, the men's basketball team picked up their second victory in a row and did it yet again in thrilling fashion. Danielle Percival will have the details on that and more next in sports.
And 11 million people living in the United States could be affected by what's going on Capitol Hill today. We'll have that next.
Yeah, but did you see how much he had to drink last night? I can't believe that guy made it home. Nobody drives drunk anymore. Hold on, I got another call coming in.
While drunk driving rates have dropped greatly, negligent driving and speeding fatalities have skyrocketed. Someone dies every 13 minutes from negligent driving, so keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road, and your phone put away.
The path of my life, the way it took me, there was detours and things that had to be done, but I never lost the passion. I decided to continue my education and decided to do it here at Troy. But I've had a great support system with my teachers and my advisors, and I'll be forever grateful to them for that.
On campus or online, Troy offers you an extraordinary education and a culture of caring. Troy University, it's all you need to know.
My name is Deborah, and I choose Troy every day.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Judson Garner at the Global News Desk. Judson?
Thanks, Bailey. A bipartisan group of senators has come up with a blueprint to rewrite the nation's immigration laws. The plan could lead to citizenship for 11 million undocumented immigrants now living in the United States. Danielle Nottingham has the latest from Washington.
8 senators, 4 from each side of the aisle, have come up with an immigration reform compromise. New York Democrat Charles Schumer helped draft the 5-page document the senators unveiled today.
Senator Durbin and I spoke to the president yesterday to update him on this group's progress, and he couldn't be more pleased. He strongly supports this effort.
The deal includes tougher border enforcement to satisfy Republicans, and for Democrats, a pathway to citizenship for the estimated 11 million illegal immigrants already living in the United States. It would require those who have no serious criminal background to register with the government, pay a fine, and back taxes. Congress has not attempted to overhaul the nation's immigration laws since 2007. Republicans rejected a bill that President George W. Bush supported, saying it gave amnesty to illegal immigrants. Senator John McCain is one of the Republicans behind the latest plan.
I think we can show the country and the world that we are capable of tackling this issue, a looming and terrible issue that has to be resolved in a bipartisan basis.
Tomorrow, President Obama is traveling to Las Vegas to lay out his vision for immigration reform. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Washington.
Women who have early stage breast cancer have better survival rates with lumpectomies and radiation than they do with mastectomies, according to a new study. Marley Hall reports from New York.
But now it's changed. There's a new study.
50-year-old Tony Spring was diagnosed with breast cancer last summer. She decided on a lumpectomy, a simpler operation than removing her breast.
Very happy with the choice because I didn't have to stay in the hospital for longer than the surgery and a couple hours after recovery.
A new study from Duke University finds women who undergo lumpectomies plus radiation to treat their early-stage breast cancer have better survival rates than women who undergo mastectomies.
Women, as they make their own decisions, this will support them in the idea that it is a very good treatment option for them.
Previous research showed the two operations produce the same results. This is the first study to say lumpectomies with radiation can actually be a better option. Over the last decade, more women are opting to have their entire breasts removed. This study may reverse that trend.
I think that sometimes patients think that because a mastectomy is a bigger operation, that it means that it's better treatment.
Experts say factors like tumor size or family history should be considered when choosing a treatment. Tony Spring went to 3 doctors. The first 2 recommended she have one or both breasts removed. She was relieved to find out a lumpectomy could be just as effective.
It made me feel very empowered that I really had a decision where before I really didn't think I had such a decision.
She says if her cancer comes back, she can have a mastectomy if she needs one. York.
New Orleans is hosting the Super Bowl this year, 7.5 years after Hurricane Katrina hit the city. The economy is thriving, and so is the famous cuisine. Teresa Garcia is there.
Super Bowl week in New Orleans is starting on a high note. This is the 10th time the Big Easy is hosting the big game, but the first since Hurricane Katrina. Now the city is ready to showcase its comeback. The Superdome has a $300 million facelift. And when it comes to eating, the restaurant business is booming. There are dozens of new restaurants, and old favorites like Galatoire's in the French Quarter are expecting record crowds.
We're pretty much booked the whole week.
Katrina forced them to shut down for 4 months. When they reopened, profits increased even more because customers started spending more money.
The mindset of people in New Orleans after experiencing Katrina, they said, you know, life is too short. Who knows what's going to happen next? Let's make the best of it.
Business is so good here at Galatoire's that the restaurant is expanding into this building here next door. The new space will be ready for business by Friday, just in time for the Super Bowl.
New Orleans has come a long way since Katrina. Its economy is now one of the strongest in the nation. The 75-year-old Mother's restaurant is also gearing up for big crowds. Halftime singer Beyoncé already stopped by, and the entire Baltimore Ravens team is coming to eat later this week.
You got enough food to feed those guys?
Yes, ma'am, and the thousands and thousands more that are going to come through here.
Super Bowl fans are expected to spend $200 million this week, and many will gladly be buying a taste of New Orleans. Teresa Garcia, CBS News, New Orleans.
And that'll wrap things up from the Global News Desk. To see more stories from across the country and around the world, you can tune in to Trojan Vision Global News right after the nightly news. Now back to you, Bailey.
Thank you, Judson. And now Danielle Percival joins us for a look at sports. So, Danielle, both the men's and women's basketball team were in action over the weekend, and they brought back some good news and some bad news.
Well, that's right, Bailey. For both teams, they extended streaks. One was a winning streak, the other a losing streak, but let's get into more details right now.
Okay.
Well, how do you follow up an exciting overtime victory at home? Well, the men's basketball team thinks you go on the road and do it again. Saturday afternoon, the team won 71-64 against ULM, giving them back-to-back overtime victories. Emil Jones hit the game-tying 3 in Thursday's game, but this time it was the opposing team who knocked down a 3 to tie it and send it to OT. But again, Emil Jones came through big, outscoring the Warhawks 8-7 alone in overtime. It was a true team effort, though, as everyone who played for the Trojans in the game scored. Troy has now played in 4 overtime games, including 1 double OT, and has split those games this season. Coach Don Maestri said his team did what they had to in order to get the victory.
We kind of lost the lead at the end of the game. We shouldn't have done that, but we did do a great job in overtime, control the overtime. Emil Jones made some clutch, big-time shots, and then we made all of our free throws in overtime from Hunter, Williams, and Emil and somebody. Josh Warren made 2 of the biggest free throws in his life. I don't know if he's ever made a free throw in his life, but he made these 2, and it helped us win that game.
The Trojans will continue their road trip this Thursday, taking on Western Kentucky at 7. And on the women's side, they didn't get the victory, but again they played a close game, losing by only 5 to the Warhawks, 79-74. Troy erased a 15-point halftime deficit, but it wasn't enough to pick up the victory. Joanna Harden led the Trojans with 28 points on 11 of 18 shooting, while Ashley Beverly Kelly recorded 20. Overall, Troy shot 41.5%, while ULM shot 43.7%. The Trojans were 5 of 15 from behind the arc and 15 of 20 at the free throw line. The loss drops the Trojans to 0-10 in the conference and continues their losing streak, which is at 9 games. In the Trojans' 3 victories this season, they've scored over 85, but during the losing streak, they've averaged just 68 points per game. The women will also be playing at Western Kentucky in their next game, but that will be on Wednesday. They'll be in action Wednesday night with tip-off scheduled for 7. The Troy women's indoor track and field team traveled to Jonesboro to compete in the Arkansas Invitational on Friday. JaCourtney Alexander finished second in the 400-meter dash with a time of 58.35 seconds. The Trojans had 2 teams competing in the 4x400-meter relay race, but only one had a top 3 finish. The relay team comprised of seniors JaCourtney Alexander and Candace Vaughn, and freshmen Eliza Kempton and Paige McMillan scored third with a time of 4 minutes and 11 seconds. In the 3,000-meter race, Julia Ostendorf moved into third all-time at Troy with a time of 10 minutes, 32.32 seconds. The Trojans will compete again next weekend when they head to Murfreesboro, Tennessee to compete in the MTSU Invitational. So Judson Bailey, exciting for the men's basketball team. They were on a 2-game losing streak, come back and have 2 big overtime victories, one of those at home, one on the road. It'll be interesting to see if they can keep that streak going and hopefully get another victory on the road Thursday night.
Absolutely. Congratulations to them and the women's in track who got all those records.
That's right. Best of luck to all those teams as they'll be competing again throughout the week.
Absolutely.
All right, and still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, a lot of action is happening behind the scenes in the world of Trojan athletics. We'll take a look at what's going on coming up.
But first, it just hasn't felt like a typical February. What's our forecast this week looking like as we go into February, Bree?
Looks like these warm temperatures will be sticking around at least until tomorrow. I'll let you know why that's considered good news coming up next in weather.
I was afraid of that.
Well, guess it's time to get you fixed.
Your pets will start fooling around sooner than you think.
Go on, get out of here!
Accidental litters lead to millions killed in shelters each year. Help prevent more. Fix at month 4.
Troy has given to me so much more than I ever anticipated, and it creates that desire to keep doing something better. There's a perfect opportunity to get involved. Troy has many organizations here on campus that just give you the opportunity to find your niche here, to find your home, to find your passion.
On campus or online, Troy offers you the hands-on experience you need to pursue an exciting career in communications and journalism. Troy University. It's all you need to know.
My name is Liz. I study broadcast journalism at Troy, and I am a Troy Trojan.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now Bree Sanders joins us for a look at weather.
So Bree, everyone has felt it. It just hasn't been a typical January or what you would imagine a January feeling like. We've been experiencing spring-like temperatures here, and up north they've been getting snow. So what's this crazy weather week going to look like?
Well, it looks like these warm temperatures are definitely going to be here to stick around, but as we head towards the middle of our week, we may have some rough weather ahead of us. I'll let you all know more.
All right.
Looking at our current conditions right now, we have fair skies in our area, temperatures at 68 degrees, dew points at 55 degrees, humidity 50%, barometers at 30.25 inches and steady. Winds are coming in from the southwest at about 5 miles per hour. Today's stats. We had a high today of 74, a low of 55. There was no rain in our area today. The sun rises at 6:46 a.m. and it set at 5:15 p.m. Temperatures around the state. Overall, the state is experiencing a mixture of temperatures right now. Mobile coming in at 68, Huntsville at 46, Birmingham at 63, Montgomery at 69, Troy at 68, Phoenix City at 62, and Dothan at 69. Temperatures around the southeast on average in our state, we're averaging about mid-60-degree temperatures right here in the Birmingham area. And as we move throughout the rest of the southeast, temperatures decrease just a little bit right here in South Carolina in the upper 50s, North Carolina 10-degree difference right there in the upper 40s. around the United States. Taking a look at the West Coast, temperatures are rather warm for them as well, right there in the lower 50s there in California. Departure from normal here on the West Coast. They're about 17 degrees cooler than what they normally be around this time of year, but as we take a look into our area, we're about 16, 17 degrees warmer than what we normally be experiencing. Our current surface map, nothing too much going on down here in the southeast, but as we look north of us, we have a little bit of rain systems right here forming into Kentucky, a warm front heading in through the northeastern parts of the states. Taking a closer look in our area, like I said, light winds going on, but no rain just yet. But as we move into the next 48 hours, going into our precipitation forecast, looks like we will be expecting some rain over the next few days, maybe 1/4 of an inch of rain in our area. That rain does get a little bit heavier as we move into the Louisiana, Arkansas area. They will be experiencing some severe rain as well as maybe even some thunderstorms as we move into tomorrow, which may push our way as we move into Wednesday. We see the southeast will be covered as a whole in rain, maybe even 2 or 3 inches or so coming into Wednesday, so make sure you keep that rain gear on hand with you. You're going to need it. As we move into Thursday, that rain pushes back out of our area, and as we close our week on Friday, picture perfect weather ahead of us. For tonight's forecast, partly cloudy skies, about a 20% chance of rain. Light winds coming in from the south-southeast at about 5 miles per hour with a low of 56. So tonight it won't be as cool as it was last night, so if you're out and about, you may just keep a light jacket on hand with you and it should do the trick. As we move into tomorrow's forecast, we have partly cloudy skies in our area, about a 20% chance of rain. Light winds coming in from the south-southwest at about 13 miles per hour with a high of 78. So tomorrow will be 10 degrees warmer than what we were experiencing today. So if you thought we had those spring-like temperatures today, just wait until tomorrow. You can definitely go outside and enjoy that beautiful weather. As we move to our 4-day forecast, like I said, tomorrow that high gets to 78 degrees with a low of 65. But as we move into Wednesday, that high drops down to 67 degrees, about a 10-degree difference from what we'll be experiencing tomorrow, also with a 90% thunderstorms in our area. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Be careful as you head into Wednesday. And with you, that low drops down to 39 degrees, most likely because of that rain coming into our area. As we move into Thursday, that high drops down to 58 degrees. That rain is definitely going to be bringing in some cooler temperatures our way. That low continues to drop down to 30. And on Friday, we get back up to about 64 degrees. So, Judson, we have been experiencing those spring-like temperatures in Bailey. It does look like we'll have some rain in our future. So it won't be cooler as we head throughout the rest of the week, but the temperatures will decrease a little bit.
So Tuesday, it's going to be hot, and Thursday, it's going to be cold. In the middle, probably rain.
Exactly.
Crazy week. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Bree.
Thank you, Bree.